A prominent Tennessee pastor calls President Biden a sex trafficking, demon-possessed mongrel and endorses other conspiracy child sex trafficking theories that are out there in the ether. Welcome back to Bible Bears, everyone. I'm Ryder Cullison. So I've got some good video for you today of a pastor giving a sermon. This is a fiery sermon. He's getting everybody pumped up. And how is he getting everybody pumped up? By calling President Joe Biden a sex trafficker. He's demon-possessed. He's a mongrel. He takes some shots at other celebrities. This is sure to get people fired up. This is sure to get people talking. Am I for it? Absolutely not. Before I share that video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you will be notified when I post new videos. And also, before we get into this video, it's time for the bad dad joke of the day. Okay, a horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey buddy, why the long face?" Alright, so let's get into this. Greg Locke, he is a pastor at Global Vision Church in Tennessee. Okay, this guy allegedly has 2 million followers on Facebook. So people listen to him. A lot of people know who he is. Obviously, whatever he says could be very influential. So I'm going to play this video for you. It's only about a minute and a half. Take a look. I don't think you'll be able to pull your eyes away.
God's about to bring the whole house down, ladies and gentlemen. These bunch of sex trafficking mongrels are about to be exposed. These bunch of pedophiles in Hollywood are going to be exposed for who they are. I don't care what you think about fraudulent Sleepy Joe. He's a sex trafficking, demon-possessed mongrel. He's of the left. He ain't no better than the Pope and Oprah Winfrey and Tom Hanks and the rest of that wicked crowd. God is going to bring the whole house down. I said he's going to bring the whole house down. He's going to burn the whole thing to the ground. He's going to expose all these bunch of pedophiles. I'm telling you, he's going to expose Kamala Harris for the Jezebel demon that she is. I don't know why pastors don't talk about this stuff. Well, I do. They don't want to seem crazy. I'm already crazy. People like, do you really think it's that much of an epidemic? Do you honestly believe, how we're going to get some more crazy, do you honestly believe, Pastor Locke, that the military uncovered tunnels beneath the Capitol building and beneath the White House and in the Five-Fingered Lakes, do you really believe that they found kids? Yeah, both live ones and dead ones. And if you disagree with that, and if you try to discount that, and if you try to cover that, and if you try to keep that on the DL, you're just as complicit as Hunter Biden and the rest of them bunch of crack-smoking perverts.
Alright, so lots of good stuff there. One, which I've already mentioned, he calls President Biden a sex trafficking, demon-possessed mongrel. I mean, those are fighting words if ever there were. I think he also, what did he call Kamala Harris a Jezebel demon? Yikes. Alright, he also took shots at Tom Hanks and Oprah Winfrey. I don't know what's going on with Tom Hanks. I personally have always found him a pretty delightful actor, so I'm really hoping that he wasn't accusing Tom Hanks of being a pedophile. Oprah Winfrey, I disagree with her on a number of things, but again, pedophilia, I'm not so sure. So I don't know what he was going on with there, but I take issue with a lot of what he said. First, I don't like pastors promulgating conspiracy theories. Okay, this guy, Greg Locke, he provides no, at least in this clip, provides no evidence. He talks about tunnels, secret tunnels under the Capitol building. Well, there are tunnels under the Capitol building and to the Library of Congress and to the White House and to all sorts of places. We've known tunnels are there. This is very well known. These tunnels have been there since the Civil War era, okay, since the 1860s. This is how people senators, congressmen, whoever, House representatives, this is how they get back and forth to their offices. They don't just wander the streets of D.C. They don't just take a cab or an Uber up to the Capitol building and walk up the steps. They have tunnels. There's a monorail system. It's a complex series of tunnels. So I'm guessing what Greg Locke here is saying is that there are secret tunnels off of these tunnels where children are trafficked and I guess dead bodies are just thrown around. I'm not suggesting that he was suggesting that there are piles of dead bodies, but evidently here and there the military went into these tunnels and found maybe some skeletal remains. I don't know. I don't know what Greg Locke is getting at here.
I'm already crazy.
Pastors who sponsor and foster and endorse these conspiracy theories aren't doing Christians any good. This is a huge disservice to us. I don't want to hear this kind of mess from a pastor without evidence. Now, are there pedophiles? Yes, of course there are pedophiles. There are more pedophiles than we understand. All right, I think we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg. If we were to legalize pedophilia tomorrow, there would be a lot crawling out of the woodwork, okay? Are there tunnels under D.C.? Yes, there are tunnels under D.C. Are there child sex traffickers? Yes, there are child sex traffickers. Is there a pedophile residing in Congress today? Yes. Statistically, that's very possible. Is President Biden a sex trafficker? And is he demon-possessed? Is Kamala Harris demon-possessed? I'm not suggesting that at all. And without evidence, this is highly irresponsible to suggest that the President of the United States, and I don't care what political party you are aligned with, if you believe this nonsense, that's just more wishful thinking on your part. Trust me, if you're on the right, you do not want the President of the United States to be a sex trafficker. That is not good for this country. That is certainly not good for Christianity. Don't want this to be true. This nonsense that this pastor is spewing is a dark cloud. It is a stain to Christianity. And as a Christian, I denounce any talk like this. I'm not denouncing that pedophilia is real. I'm not denouncing that cannibalism is real. I'm not denouncing that there are sex traffickers. To make accusations like this against the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, any member of Congress, any celebrity, is irresponsible. It's damaging. It does a huge disservice to Christianity. And I, for one, am on the record as saying I do not appreciate anything like this. What also annoys me about his sermon is how he closes. He said, if you deny any of this, you are as complicit, blah, 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 as, meth smoking, whatever adjectives he used to describe Hunter Biden. All right, I have a problem with this because in this age of critical race theory and white man bad and everything else, if you deny some books, let's say White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, if you deny any part of what her book says, which basically says all white people are racist, if you deny any part of that, then you are racist. Okay? There's no way out. I can't disagree with anything she says because that automatically makes me a racist. So, by the same measure, if I disagree with anything Greg Locke says, or if you disagree with anything Greg Locke says, well, then you are just complicit in all of this. You are complicit with sex trafficking. If you try to keep this on the DL, as he says, the down low, you've just thrown your hat in with the demon-possessed Jezebel mongrels who peddle children in the secret tunnels of Washington, D.C., and who occasionally murder the children and leave them down there.
I'm already crazy.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm denying what you're saying, Greg Locke. That does not make me a supporter or endorser of anybody who traffics children. It doesn't. But what do you guys think? Put your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Do you think Greg Locke is off his rocker? As a Christian, can you really support this? Is Greg Locke a false prophet? I think, I don't know what predictions he's making. I heard that he predicted that Trump would miraculously be re-elected that is. That didn't come true. We heard lots of pastors make that prediction. A prediction as though they received the word of God. Anybody can make a prediction. That doesn't mean you're a false prophet. Okay, you can predict that the Milwaukee Bucks will beat the Atlanta Hawks. All right, if they don't, that doesn't make you a false prophet. But if you say God spoke to me and said that the Bucks will win the series and then Atlanta wins the series, well, then God didn't really speak to you. If you were making a claim that God said that Trump will be reelected and he doesn't, then, you know, perhaps God didn't really speak to you. Now, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments below. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please share it. As always, I love you and have a blessed day.